This video is brought to you by PlayAsia.com, the leading global online retailer for video game imports and other entertainment products. Save $3 on purchases by using the link below and the discount code Censored. Senran Kagura Burst Re was recently supposed to launch for PlayStation 4 in the US and Europe, but as revealed on US publisher XC's Twitter account, the release has now been postponed due to orders from the Western branch of Sony. This will affect both the US and European releases of the game, as was later confirmed by Marvelous, the European publisher, in a blog post. Both companies' statements are as follows. The release of Senran Kagura Burst Re will be slightly delayed as we remaster to remove the interactive intimacy mode from the PlayStation 4 version. The Windows PC Steam version will release with that mode intact and will launch simultaneously with the PlayStation 4 version. We are looking forward to sharing the release date shortly, and we appreciate your patience. The nature of this intimacy mode is described by Marvelous in the Q&A section of the blog post, where they explain, intimacy mode allowed users to interact with the characters on screen by using a set of virtual hands in order to ignite a response from the character. This feature will not be present in the European and North American PlayStation 4 versions of Senran Kagura Burst Re, but it will remain in the Windows PC via Steam version of the game. The blog Q&A also reveals some additional information on the situation. Under why was the content removed, the publisher writes, the content was removed to respect the wishes of the platform holder. Under does this removal affect the diorama mode, they say no, the removal of the intimacy mode does not affect the functionality of the diorama mode, and the diorama mode will continue to operate as per usual. And under will this affect any other aspects of the game? No, only content found within the intimacy mode will be removed, and the remaining game content will remain unchanged from its original Japanese release. The publishers also explain in other questions that this will not affect the special edition versions of the game, and that it will also be possible to cancel previous orders. This news follows other recent decisions by Sony to not approve titles for a release on their platforms despite being produced and all ready to go. Amiga Labyrinth Z, another anime-styled game, was denied a release back in June. Unlike Senran Kagura, here the publishers weren't able to make changes to the game for it to pass Sony's approval process. Another title that ran into issues recently is Super Seducer, a game based around picking dialogue choices to try and pick up women. The game would ultimately be pulled from Sony's PlayStation 4 right before release. Steam, on the other hand, allowed Super Seducer with no issues. You may recall how Steam has had a change in store policy recently, which means that controversial and adult games are allowed to be sold on the store as long as it's nothing illegal or what Valve called straight up trolling. Conversely, the Western branches of Sony appear to possibly have had a policy change which has seen games like these being clamped down on. The Japanese side of Sony, however, continues to take no issues with titles like these being released on their platforms. You can pick up PlayStation versions of both Senran Kagura Burst Re and Amiga Labyrinth Z in Japan despite the issues they ran into with their Western counterparts. Various websites have reached out to Sony for comments about this, but Sony has currently not responded. We do have a few comments from a representative on the PlayStation UK Twitter account though. To quote, "Hello, I'm afraid that if content does not meet our standards, games do sometimes need to be revised. In this case, you'll need to refer to the publisher's statement for more info about this particular change to this particular game and the reasoning." And then in another message they say, if every game released was the same, why buy the next? There may have been a change to said mode and it doesn't meet our standards anymore. Please refer to the publisher of the game for more information. For now, that's all of the information that we have on the situation, but Censored Gaming will be sure to stay up to date on any new developments. What are your thoughts about these recent events? Please let us know in the comments below, and until next time, thank you for watching.